Hey guys, it's your girl Lotus Rael, also known as T or Tanya. A lot of you from back in the day know me as Tanya, that's my name. But I took the name Lotus Rael once my father transitioned with the ancestors, and his name is was Amun Kufu Rael. So that is my tribute and paying homage to my father, whom I love with all my heart and soul. I was definitely a daddy's girl, and he is the reason who I am, why I am, and who I am today. So what I'm doing right now is just saging, and I saged already before I started this video. It's my little sage pot, and this is the bigger sage bundle. And it didn't want to go out, but I figured it hadn't finished doing its job, so I would do it again a little bit. I just took a piece and just started to sage over. And we sage for many reasons. For one, we sage to cleanse our space of any negative energy, and we also sage to um, purify our own energy and the space with around us. Also, sage emits negative ions, which attach to the molecules in the air. So if there's viruses, bacteria, dust, pollen, mite, it attaches to these things and it pulls it down into the atmosphere and gets rid of it. So this is a good thing to do. Okay, so I'm gonna be done staging with that, and I'm gonna put that in my little sage pot. Okay, so I'm here today to share with you some tips and suggestions on how to keep yourself safe during these challenging times. Now, I'm not a doctor, so this is not any medical advice, and it's not to take the place of medical advice. I'm putting that disclaimer out there. Please don't say, "Oh, the girl on Lotus was on Facebook," and she did not. See your doctor. This is not medical advice. This is suggestions, tips, to keep yourself and your family safe and healthy during a very serious crisis we have. Everyone's calling it the coronavirus. I call it the plague because that's what it is. It's a plague, and plagues have this keeps getting caught in my hair. I'm sorry. Affected us throughout history. Um, they're not new. It's kind of like a way of the universe balancing itself. So we're gonna talk about that too. So if you notice, I'm wearing a T-shirt that says "Not Today," and I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. Was until they screwed up the ending. Oh, that was so horrible. Anyway, Arya Stark is one of my favorite characters. Her dancing master, which was her the teacher who taught her how to use a sword, said, "What do we say to the god of death?" And she said, that their saying was "Not today." So I kind of wore this. It's one of my favorite shirts, t-shirts. I really don't know what the heck this thing is. I think it's a t-shirt. Anyway, as symbolic of what we're trying to do is not today. We're gonna tell this plague not today, and just trying to survive. I mean, we all have to go one day, but we're gonna try to do our best to stay as healthy as possible and be here for our friends, our family, and our loved ones, and to protect them. So, with that being said, I'm gonna jump right into business. I'm not gonna keep you too long. This is like the third video I've done. I kind of screwed them all up. I couldn't get on Facebook Live. Um, yeah, I have. I'm using my old MacBook and it's antiquated and it would not let me get on. I don't know how that worked out. It just didn't want to work right. My PC probably could have done it, but I shut that down for the evening after I got off work. I'm working from home, but I actually had to go into the office today, pick up some things, and I came back and I worked and I'm exhausted. So, but I promised that I would do this, and here I am. So let's get into this. So I meditate often, and one of the meditations that I do, I call it journey, and so I went and I journey just to get some answers and clarity about what the heck was going on with this illness, like this plague. Like, I had a dream about it, and I didn't ask about the dream because that was revealed to me what it was, and it was pretty clear that this plague was coming and what it was going to be like. And I wanted to know, like, why had it come? because everything there's a reason. So this is the answer that I received, and I'll just um, read from my notes as I do because I write things down so I don't forget what the heck was said because I will forget. And if you have dreams, I invite you to do the same thing. It's very helpful when you finish dreaming to write them down so you can recall them the next day. So I asked why had the virus come at this time, and I was told it came to teach humanity that the earth doesn't just belong to humans but to all of its inhabitants. Um, Even the lowest forms, which are the viruses, have come to demonstrate that humans are vulnerable and interdependent on other life forms, all life forms, as well as on the earth, as the earth, as interdependent on the earth. Humans have greatly mistreated Mother Earth, and her cries have been heard to all sentient beings. And sentient beings, that's everything. That's the trees, that's the leaves, that's the breeze, that's the grass, it's the bees, it's the caterpillar. Um, we're all connected. It's the ocean. Everything is alive and has an energy. And I don't think people realize that. Um, we have greatly mistreated and abused the earth to a point where it's bleeding. And, there had to be a balance. There had to be a balance. And this has literally stopped the world. Think about it. Kids are not in school. You and I are not at work. I'm here talking to you home. Um, I work for a government agency. It has shut down. I'm home. That has never happened in the history of histories, I think. Um, we're headed for some tough times, people, and financial ruin, collapse. The world economy is collapsing. All of the idols that everyone is worshiping have been pulled down, and we're forced to go inside. So, I was it was the message was also um, humans are to use this time to reconnect with one another, heal and mend their relationships, and to reconnect with Mother Earth and respect her. The Earth is using this time to heal and replenish. That's what I was saying, but I was kind of like weaving in the messages that I received. Um, Humanity must look within and go inward instead of looking outward and going outside of themselves for the answers. So that's the message I received. So this is a time for us to go in. So we're actually supposed to be in, and we're actually supposed to be reevaluating our life, reevaluating the people around us, reevaluating how we deal with things, reevaluating how um, we're interacting with other human beings and our families. Geez, a lot of parents don't even know who their children are. They really don't. Um, a lot of people don't know who their spouses are. They really don't. And this is going to be a very telling period because you're trapped. And you have to get to know people. Because when you're working all the time, you're like two ships passing in the night. And you might not even really know the person you're laying next to. Like, oh, wow, I don't even like this dude. Or I don't like her. So this is going to really be a telling period on really getting to know one another and, our friends and our families. But also getting to know ourselves. Some people just can't sit with themselves. So I know this is about tips and things to help you during this period of time, but I also wanted to share the spiritual connotation because that is the most important piece of this. And I'm a very deeply spiritual woman. I'm sure you know that if you're a Facebook friend of mine or a family member, then you already know how I get down. So I think that's very important. Um, and that's pretty much it. That was also some other messages, but that was the most important message, that this is about checks and balance. The earth has a natural checks and balance system, and this has happened throughout history. It's not something that's new. I mean, we've had plagues all throughout the biblical periods. We've had them throughout the Spanish flu, um, the measles, polio. There's always been plagues, but not so much a global pandemic. This is serious business, and it has literally changed the way going forward we're going to do things and see things. And it should, because the world was pretty messed up. Um, so many people out there that are suffering, poor, not able to receive the things that they need and they should have been able to. Um, so it's just so many things are just not right. There's raping, there's killings, there's human trafficking, there's sexual perversion, there's murder, all kinds of stuff that's happening. Like, ouch, I'm sorry, people. Oh, that hurt. There's so much going on right now that I often wonder if that we haven't burned down already. Like, we didn't have another Noah's Ark going, another flood going on. Like, really. But we have a plague, and it's serious, and it's killing people. So with that being said, you know, we're going to say not today and try to figure out some, talk about some things that you can do to protect you and your family. So getting into that, I just wanted to put that out there about the spiritual piece, because that's important to know why. So the first thing I want to talk about is my formula that I make, and the bottle's dressed up because this is actually one that's going out to be shipped. Is my green medicine formula, hence the little green leaves. It's called green medicine because it's a plant-based herbal, and the way I use it is it's 100% essential oils, and they have what is known, some of them, as monoterpenes. I am really tired, guys. I'm gonna try to get through this. There's so much information. But monoterpenes do two things. The first thing they do is they inhibit cell growth, and the second thing they do is they prevent the plague cells from attaching itself to your lungs and reproducing itself. So that's very, very important in case somehow it actually passes through you and get to your throat. Also, another thing I love about the spray is that when you use it, and I always tell people close your eyes and mist. To me, it seems to act as a barrier. When you spray it over your nose and your mouth, this is where the virus would enter. So this is a very powerful spray, and when these molecules are on there, they actually act like a shield. And this is how it's worked for me for years, keeping my family safe from the flu. Knock on wood, I've never had the flu. Well, I've had, but I haven't had it in like 27 years. My kids never had it. I always would pack this in their bag when they were kids, and they would use it, and they never had a problem. The teachers would ask me, "Can you make me some?" My husband's daughter, when she would get sick, she was very sickly when she came to live with us, and so I would, give her this and my other herbals, and she'd be on point. So I know it works. I'm not going to explain what Thieves is, because this is not a Thieves formula. It's a combination of the Thieves blend plus my own added ingredients, other essential oils to even make it even more potent. Thieves was a formula used in the 16th century. So it fought against the Black Death, the bubonic plague, and it was highly successful. So I figured if it's successful during those times, and it was, that it would also... My dog is scratching against the door. Nino, back off. No, he didn't. Sorry, guys. And it has worked for me. I've been making this formula for a long time. Maybe like about 27 years. And it has kept us safe and kept us from getting sick. Colds, my immune system was on point, but this really, really worked very well for me, and for my family members. So this is something that I wasn't selling to the public. It was requested, and I had extra, so I decided to sell those. If you have already purchased this, it'll be shipped out on Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe so. And if you are interested, this is not a plug, but if you are interested, inbox me on Facebook, and the cost is $15 plus shipping. Shipping is $3, and if it's less, I'll refund you that. But I think it's $3 depending on where you live, and that's that. So I'm not going to go into that any further than that. But that's something that I've used, and it really, really makes a difference. Also, another way to use it is if you have an N95 mask, I spray the outside of the mask and the inside of the mask and put it on. Again, that acts as a shield and barrier. So if any, well, it's not going to get through the N95, but if you have a regular mask, you really want to use this, because if you don't have N95, you have no protection, really, because the other masks don't work. That's another thing I want to talk about. If people are telling you, oh, just put on those masks, the particles can get through. That's why they're telling you not to wear them. The other reason they're telling you not to wear them is because the doctors don't have enough of them. And this is true. Like, there's so few N95 masks available. It's horrific. And I don't have any to sell, folks. Mine are something that I got beforehand, because I'm intuitive and I knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to I knew it was going to be bad. And, I had masks before I even went to Mexico. This was in January. And I told me and the husband, like, we got to mask up. He wasn't trying to hear it. And I had gloves and the whole nine, and my thieves, well, I call it green medicine, in my bag, ready to go. So this is something I knew was coming down the pipe. So I'd already prepared. So if you can't get that, you can spray your other mask with that, and that will give you that extra added layer of protection. You can make a similar formula using certain herbs, essential oils, to protect yourself. You don't have to get this one from me, but and I think I listed what those were on my page somewhere, so you can look and scroll through. I'm not going to go through that now because this video is long enough and we want to keep it moving. So one of the things you can do is to boost your immune system. That is probably the most important thing you can do, because your immune system is one of the greatest designs. I mean, the human body is amazing. It can actually heal itself from anything, given the right tools and a healthy, strong immune system. A lot of us don't have a healthy immune system because of all the toxins, the pollutants that are around us every single day, and the garbage we put in our system. I mean, I'm vegetarian, but that makes me no better than anyone else. But, my diet isn't always the best because sometimes I won't eat. Like, I have another condition, Hashimoto's, where if I don't take my pill every day, I won't know that I'm hungry. So I won't eat. I just don't have an appetite. Like, I won't eat. Like, that literally tells my brain, you need to eat. So I have trouble losing weight because of that. Because it just kind of like my body will hold on to it. So that's another story. But, and then, when I do eat, I snack and, like little things that's not, healthy. So I didn't bring my green formula to show you. So one of the things I do to get my nutrition every day is I drink a green smoothie, and I forgot to bring the powder up to show you. But I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on my page to show you what I use. It's affordable. It's 100% natural. It's a really, really good, healthy green powder. Excuse me. Let me sip my tea. I hope it's still not hot. Oh my God, I made this tea 3 hours ago and it's still hot. I might have bought this mug for me from Cracker Barrel, and Lord have mercy, it's Ooh. So that's kava and ginger root, real ginger root that I cut and put in there. So where was I? Things for the immune system. So one of the things I do is I take a green formula every single day. If I don't take it that form, there's a tablet form which is over there somewhere. I brought some of the things that and put them in my forefront so I can show you, but that's something I forgot to bring. There's a tablet for my plop into my water. Green, done. Also, I take garlic, and this is, okay, you see that? Okay. It's not really 5,000 milligrams. That's the allicin that is coated in 5,000 allicin, but the garlic itself is 500 milligrams. Garlic is ancient for being an amazing immune boosting ally. This sucker works. I have not had joint pain, which I do because I have, the underlying health conditions. Since I started back taking this, I was taking it back in the day, and Like, again, like sometimes I said, your diet will fluctuate. You forget about things, so I stopped taking it. I went back to this. I have not had any joint pain, any flare ups. It really helps your immune system. It's good for cardiovascular health. But right now, if you really want to shore up your immune system, get you some garlic. This is odorless garlic tablets. Um, well, it smells a little bit like garlic, but you won't. Once it goes into your system, nothing. And I don't taste it, so it's fine. I usually use a tincture when I take herbals, but that one seems to work, and I like it. You can get any brand. That's just something that I use. You don't have to get what I get. Okay, another thing I use, B complex. Vitamin B is very good, and you get the whole complex. Don't just get the B12, which is very good for your nervous system, but the vitamin B is good for your neurological system, and you need that to work because that system kind of like helps to control everything else. So, and it's also, your stressors. This is very important to um, relieve you of any stress. And right now, we're all stressed. So you want to take your B complex. I put a couple of drops in orange juice. Vitamin B has a funky iron taste to it, and if I don't like the taste of something, I won't take it. So I take it with orange juice. Works. You'll still taste it, but it's not bad. This is vitamin D. Most of us are vitamin D deficient. I like to take my vitamins in liquid form. I don't mess around with pills. I want a direct shot. When you take it in a tincture or liquid form, you get it right in the bloodstream. So that's the way I prefer to take it. A tea, a tincture, I don't mess around. I do take some pills like this because I know this works, but or you can just eat a garlic clove every day. Does the same thing. I like garlic, but I'm not into bad breath, and so I'm not doing that. Vitamin D is very important for the immune system. Super important. Especially if we're in the house, we're not getting that sun. Our melanin is not going to be popping. You need this. This is kava kava. Again, this is for stress. This is just, you've been stuck in the house. You want to kill somebody. You're, really, really upset. Takes it all the way down in a matter of minutes, and that's kava kava. And that's really just good for stress, which is good for the immune system because a body at rest is a body that's healing. Also, trauma. If you're having trauma, I use flower essence. This is Star of Bethlehem, and this is really good for trauma. Or, right now, people are dying around us every single day. And, I hate to say this, but we're going to encounter that. It's going to, it's a mess. So that's something you might want to use definitely to to counteract the stress of trauma. It's really good for that. So that's another tincture. But a flower essence is not essential oil. It's the essence of a flower. The process of distillation is similar to essential oil, but it's different. So let's talk about essential oils because I still have so much stuff to cover. I don't know if we're going to get through all of it. Rosemary, which has the monoterpenes we talked about. Eucalyptus. This opens your nose like no tomorrow. So you want to never use these without a carrier oil. Coconut oil, avocado oil, corn, whatever you choose, it's fine. Just make sure that you use something because it can burn your skin. A simple whiff and your nostrils are open. Your sinus cavities are open. So I always use my eucalyptus and then this tea tree, which is a powerful. These two are powerful antivirals in themselves, and so is rosemary. And there's peppermint, and there's lavender. So those are powerful antivirals and antibacterials, and they will kill on sight. And they are amazing. You can diffuse them in the air, which I recommend. You want to get that in the air. And you can also use them around this area. It comes in contact with anything, lands on it, they're gone. So those are things that I use. I swear by oils. I've used them for many years, and they do work. I can honestly say they do. I would not be caught without my oils. I use them for everything. I literally do have an oil for every ailment that there is. What else? Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that you can do. Y'all, I'm so tired, but I love y'all. So I really do, and I just wanted to share my notes, some of the stuff that I have, used over the years, and I just wanted to be able to help somebody maybe with this information. Okay. So some of the herbals that you can use for prevention, and then I'll talk about herbs you can use for the actual, if you are unfortunate and you actually have to fight the virus, I'll give you that information as well. But some of the things you can actually use to strengthen your immune system, these herbs are echinacea, which is an antiviral, antibacterial. It contains polysaccharides that increase the body's production of white blood cells, and it helps to fight infection. Other things you can use is astragalus, and this is a root, but it's not something that you can that will build you up instantly. This is something you got to use over time, but it's very good. So if you're gonna use this one, start now. It's a slow and sustained. It's before you reach its full benefits. It combats stress and improves the blood counts. So you definitely need that. It's good for your immune system. Ginger, that's pungent. It's a root herb. It has powerful. It's a powerful antihistamine. It's a decongestant. It really delivers a nice punch against any type of symptoms and illness, and it's good. It decreases inflammation. It's an antiviral. It's an antimicrobial, and just a really all around good herb to have. You can cut it up in tea like I do. You can make a tincture out of it. Ginger's great. Elderberry, another good antioxidant, antihistamine, anti-inflammatory. But be careful using that around this time because I've heard some conflicting reports about elderberry with this virus, and it's such a new plague. We don't know enough about it, so I'm not sure if that's contraindicated or not. I'm not really sure how that works, so you want to be careful with that one. Just do some research on that one. I mean, I use elderberry, have for years. I don't have a problem with it, but with this particular illness, we want to be safe. Reishi, this is better prepared as a tea rather than a tincture. Reishi is like a mushroom. It's a mushroom, and because when you prepare it as a tincture, the alcohol tends to rob it of its medicinal properties. So those are some of the herbs that you can use to boost the immune system. And then here's some things that you can use. God forbid you get the plague. Okay, OSHA is an antiviral. It's an expectorant, and so this virus has a very thick mucus that kind of like blocks the lungs. And I can't even imagine because I have asthma, so I'm I need my airways open. So that's what it does, and then it causes pneumonia, and it's a very nasty thing. So this is an expectorant. OSHA will help to remove all that mucus and phlegm and inflammation in the lungs. It increases oxygen intake during respiration. It's an anesthetic, so it anesthetizes things, which is really good to like keep things relaxed. Um, It helps reduce throat soreness. So this is something you want to use immediately if you get the tickle. And I'll tell you some other things you can do, like drinking warm tea constantly. Herbicida is an expectorant. It's a bronchial dilator, and it's a decongestant. Another great thing you want to get because what herbicida does is, as an expectorant, it expels the mucus, but it also opens the bronchial tubes, which is where it's clogged up. And it's a natural bronchial dilator. So you want that to happen to open things up, and it's a decongestant. So the congestion will be relieved. Immortal, it's also called pleurisy root. Um, this improves the cilia function, but as pleurisy root is an alternative to immortal if you can't find it. It improves the cilia function, which is the little fibers in the bronchial tube. It's also a bronchial dilator. It's an expectorant. Um, it lowers fever. It stimulates, but you don't really want that because a fever is actually your way of knowing that your body's immune system is actually fighting. You don't want to lower that fever, because lowering that fever is actually stopping your body from doing what it needs to do. It needs to heat up, because what it's doing is it's signaling your immune system to attack. So a fever in this case is actually, it's a good thing. It's working to help you. It stimulates lymph drainage from the lungs, and it's really just a good thing to have. One of my favorites is scalaria, which is Chinese skull cap. Be sure not to get the American skull cap; they're not the same. This is scalaria B. I don't want to mispronounce it. I think it's Bacillolaris, but it's Scalataria B is the name for it. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory, bronchodilator, all around. Like, it's kick ass. So you want that. Licorice is also another thing, and this is the real licorice root. You're not messing around with like the candy. That's not what we're talking about. Another medicine, herbal medicine that can help you. Last but not least is some final tips. And I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not like making jokes like I usually do and laughing and kicking. I'm exhausted and I'm ready to go to sleep. But I did say that I was going to do this video, and I said I have to get this done. I said I was going to do it. I was supposed to go live. Couldn't do that on this stupid MacBook. Wasn't about to open up the other computer and then get frustrated with it. My daughter came and set the tripod up in here. And I'm in my bedroom, and I'm just like, you know what? It wasn't going to happen, folks. This is the best I could do. Drink plenty of warm beverages, teas, soups, or just warm water with salt. You're not salt with lemon. Very important, because it keeps the throat moist, it keeps the mouth moist, and you want it moist, because if you have a dry mouth, if you should come in contact with that virus, it's going to stick right there and hang in your throat. It hangs in your throat for 3 to 4 days, and then it passes down to the lungs. If it's there, you want to be able to wash it down immediately, so that it goes to the stomach and passes through the digestive system. Done. And your body's immune system, which is 70% is your digestive system, so they'll start attacking it right there. And I read something funky today too. It said something about people who have signs, who get symptoms of digestive problems. You know, they're testing positive for this stuff. A lot of people are having digestive problems, like diarrhea, vomiting, and they're not faring very well. I think they're finding that something's not right with their immune system. So you want to really rev up your immune system, because that's very important. And if you're getting it that way, you don't want it to, like, you know, spread. You want it to pass through. And none of us know enough about this. We're just all gathering as much information as we possibly can. So you can, the other thing you can do is gargle with salt water, lemon, or vinegar, and just, or antiseptic, and just gargle with that every day. You know, that's something you should just be doing every day, just to keep your throat moist and to keep it clean. Brushing your teeth, of course, we all do that, but this is extra added layer of protection, because especially if you're out and you're not quarantining, or even if people are coming into your home. Sage regularly, of course. Bleach the house down, of course. I don't have to tell you guys that. Spray and Lysol the place down. If you have thieves, I mean, this is very powerful. You don't need to spray a lot of this at all. A few mists, and you're good to go. Diffuse, put diffusers on with the essential oils. Those are all very helpful things. Of course, to wash your hands. I don't have to tell you that. But metal surfaces, it says that, I know it stays in the air for 3 hours. This is an airborne virus, so do not believe the hype. It is. It can attach itself to your clothes. So if it wasn't airborne, it wouldn't be floating around into your clothes. And your hair. So, your girl's not going out with all this. It's just, I'm in the house. I'm shut in. I went into the office today and was masked up, gloved up, and that was it, and I was back. But she's not doing it, because this is too much. If you're a man and you have a beard, you might want to shave it down. Or if you come straight home, you want to wash your face before you kiss your spouse. Wash your face, brush your teeth. I know it sounds extreme, but people are dying every single day, and you do not know who has it. You come in contact. I mean, there's all kinds of reports out there where people are doing devious things. You just don't want to have to deal with that stuff. Um, Also, when you come in, if you can, take off your clothes, hit the shower. Like, put it in the laundry and just keep it moving. I tell the folk here that, and they look at me like I'm crazy, but, I take my clothes off. I strip as soon as I get into the door. I have my laundry basket right by my door in my bedroom. I strip right there before I even go into my room. The laundry basket, I keep it right there right now. Strip, put my clothes in there, and get for my shower and put on my pajamas. And I'm in my pajamas most of the day because, well, this is not a pajama, but I kind of went to work today, but I work from home right now. So, anyway, what else? If you get a tickle or something in your throat, I don't care. Don't try to figure out what it is. Attack it right away. Start with the warm beverages every 20 to 30 minutes. Drink. Start with the herbals that I mentioned to you. Take them. Load up on the garlic. Even more. Take 2 a day instead of the 1. Because that's the time to attack it so that it doesn't get a chance to go into your lungs. And just spray your thieves and put some of that inside the diffuser. Just keep attacking it, and hopefully it will not go down into your lungs, but it will pass into your stomach. Because again, it hangs out in the throat and nose area 3 to 4 days before it gets to your stomach. So if you feel a tickle in your throat, don't even second guess it. Don't be afraid. Just get as warm as hot as you can take it. I mean, it dies, I think, at 130 degrees. I mean, you can't obviously drink that hot of a beverage because you'd scald your throat. Don't do that, please. Use common sense. As as to your liking. Drink up every 20 to 30 minutes. Monitor yourself. Take your fever. And you might not even get that, but see a doctor. I just wanted to give some things because they're sending people home. Not everybody is able to get a test. There are not enough tests. People are being sent home. It's a nightmare, and so you need to be prepared to do something. So those are the herbs. I will list them on my page. Everything I talked about, I will list so that you can have an idea of that. Of where it is, and you can get it at the health food store, or you can order them online. But I'll list everything so that you can, because I've kind of like rushed through this because the video is still way too long. But I thank you for watching. Oh, the tea that I'm drinking is a kava, which is kava kava. It's the same as this, but this is the tincture form and that's the tea form. And then I cut up ginger root and I put it in my travel mug. Okay, guys, I'm going to bed. I'm getting ready to get back in the shower. I'm going to take it down and I'm going to go to sleep. I'm not hungry because I've had so much of this kava. I'm not hungry. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that we all get through this as safe and healthy as possible. I hope that you've learned something new tonight that might be able to assist you during this challenging time, and to be able to help you to protect and nurture and support your family. Um, I'm praying for us all. I am hoping that, I know that this too shall pass. I'm just hoping that we all are able to come out on this side of the earth and continue with our life and be very happy. Okay, guys, love and light. It's been a pleasure.